Okay, remember those little basil plants I planted in my wicking buckets August 1st, I believe it was? There they are now. I love these wicking buckets. You are going to need to water it on occasion on top to moisten the soil, because the soil does get pretty dry. But what it does is the wicking portion of the bucket keeps the extreme bottom of the bucket moist, so the roots can still get water and nutrients. But the soil does get very dry, so I gave these a good watering yesterday, and plants are doing great. They're doing a lot better than my plants. See, now this is a ghost pepper. These are the ghost peppers on their second season. Last year they were stunted and they were given to me by a friend of mine. And I mean, look at this thing. Got one almost starting to ripen over there. But I mean, look at this. They're doing great. That's 3 plants though. They're a little overcrowded, but I think they're still doing really nice. This is a single ghost pepper that I bought at Home Depot. And they're doing really good. And for comparison, let me show you that's catnip. I planted both of these at the same time, but these are my other plants in the fabric buckets. Now those dry out a lot quicker, and you gotta stay on top of the watering. These plants were basically dead when I planted them. I took them out of my tent. I had them over winter, and the stems were still green, so it's like I'm not going to give up on these things. I'm just going to keep them going. And look at that, producing fruit, pods. And there's another one. I mean, yesterday they looked like they were going to die. They were bone dry. The leaves were all like drooping down. But yeah, these fabric bags, they work really well, but you got to stay on top of watering them. Not too much, every few days. But the wicking buckets, you got like 3 inches of water in the bottom bucket. So it continuously draws water from the bottom bucket. That's what the advantage of a wicking bucket is over fabric buckets or any other container. Show you another plant I like. These are Thai bird peppers. These are on their second batch of peppers. I planted those back in October and grew them in my grow tent, and then I put them in these 1-gallon fabric bags, and they stayed fairly small. But man, for such a small plant, they were producing, this is like 1 plant per fabric bag, and they are producing beautifully. Like I said, this is their second crop of peppers. So those are doing good. I'm curious to see what would happen if I moved one of these over to a wicking bucket, just out of curiosity to see what happens, see if it grows bigger. But I'm very happy. Thai bird peppers, I got them from the same place that I should know this, it's where I bought my seeds for the Carolina Reapers. It's the guy that developed the seeds. Yeah, I got these. First time trying them, I bit into the tip of it, and it's like, oh, these are really sweet and tasty, you know, fruity, really good flavor. And then I just threw the whole thing in my mouth. I mean, these things are only like 3/4 of an inch long, and I don't have a high tolerance for extreme heat, but I think a lot of you chili heads would really like these if you've never tried them. They're not blazing hot, but they're just packed with flavor. Highly recommend it. Check them out if you haven't tried them yet. That's it for the update. Hope you enjoyed.